Hey guys, my name is Saurabh and today we are going to solve an interesting problem whose name is logging in the computer and its code is ACM14KN3. Difficulty level for this problem is simple and prerequisite for this problem is none. So let's move to our problem statement. So on the screen you can see the problem statement. It is very lengthy, but the actual problem statement starts from here. A string is composed of only small case letters, means small a to small z, is shown on the screen. Now then two integers p and q are shown to the user. Okay, the user has now to create a string r using s and p by concatenating p copies of s on one another. Okay, then r is transformed into the smallest lexicographic permutation, that is all the a are brought to the front and placed there, then after that all the b are placed, then c, and then so on. Okay, so this is the final r that the user needs to form. Then q queries are there, q number appear on the screen one by one. For each number n that appears on the screen, the user has to type the character at the nth location r. If n is greater than length of r, then simply we need to print -1. Okay, so initially a string s is given. Okay, so s can be like that, a b c d. So this is our s. Now two integers p and q are given. So p and q. Okay, so let's move to the board. So initially s is given. Okay, so s can be a b c d e. Then p and q are given. Okay, now we need to create a new string r. Okay, so how the value of r will be, we can make the copies of s of p times. Okay, so suppose p is 2 or suppose p is 3, then we can add all these s 3 times. So a b c d e, then a b c d e, then a b c d e. Okay, then we need to find the smallest lexicographic order, means we need to sort this string. So on the sorting, 3a will come at the first position, then b, then c, then d, then e. Okay, then q queries will be given, and in every query a number n will be given. Okay, so n will be a number which will ask for the given position. So if n is equal to 1, then we need to return a. If n is equal to 2, then we need to return a. If n is equal to 3, then we need to return a. Okay, answer will be a. So we can write the position of every index here, or sorry, every character here. So 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So if n is equal to 12, then our answer will be D. If n is equal to 14, then our answer will be E. If n is equal to 15, then our answer will be E. And if n is equal to 16 or greater than equal to 16, then our answer will be -1. Okay, so first of all, okay, go to the board and check for the input format. So first line t will be the number of test cases. So t is the number of test cases. Now each test case begins with the string s. So string s, then two integers p and then q, and after that q lines follow, each containing an integer n. So suppose q is equal to 5. So 5 line will be given, and in every line we have to provide or question will provide us the value of n. So this is n. Now for every n we need to give an answer. Okay, so initially a string s will be given. Okay, suppose string is like a b d c e a and d. So this string, then p and q will be given. P and q will be given. Okay, then after p and q, we the question will provide us q queries, and every queries n will be given. So first of all we need to create p copies of this s. So first r is equal to p copies of s. Okay, and we need to concatenate all the copies one by one. After that we need to sort this r. So we need to sort this r. So as we can see that last part is the sorting. So if A is at first position, or we can say A is present here, then after sorting A will be in the first position. Okay, so suppose there are two A, okay, and we have created 3 copies, means P is equal to 3, means there will be 6 A's present at the starting position in the final output. Okay, so suppose A, B, D, C, E, A and D are there. So we create P is equal to 3, means we have to create 3 copies. So A, B, D, C, E, A, D, and then A, B, D, C, E, A, D, and then A, B, D, C, E, A, D. Okay. After sorting, all the A will come at the first position. Okay, or we can say all the A comes in the starting. So as we can see that there are 2 A's in all these strings. So there will be 6 A's. A, and A. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Means 6 A will be in starting, and B is one time A. So there will be 3 B's. So B, B, and B. So first B, second B, and third B. So as we can see that in the last, all the A come at first position, then all B come at second position, then all C, then all D, and many more. Okay, so we can first of all we can count this character. Okay, so suppose in the starting this string, so first of all create an array, because we have to work on this character. So create an array of size 26. So create an array of size 26. So 0 into 26. So an array will be created like that. Okay, like that, where 0th position or 0th index will represent A, then B. So 0th index will represent A, then B, then C, then D. So 0th index, first, second, third, and the 25th index will represent small z. Okay, so if initially a string is given like A, B, C, so first of all we need to count number of A's present and number of B present and number of C present. So as we can see that 2 A are there, so we can simply write here 2, then 1 B and 1 C. So by this method we can create our array where all the characters are present and the counting of that characters are also present. Okay, then P is there. So suppose P is equal to 3, means 3 copies will be present in the final output of that particular character. So we can multiply all the indexes by 3, means the value present at all the indexes. So if we multiply 3 here, then this will be 6, and then 3, and then 3. Okay, so we are talking about this string. So 6, 3, 3, means at last this array will look like that: 6, 3, 3, and then 0, 0, 0, and then so on. Then we will work on all the queries. Okay, so queries are there. So in every query, question will provide us value of n. So suppose n is equal to 5. So our answer will be this. Our answer will be A, means value present at 0th index. So 0th index, and this index is combined with that A. So our answer will be A. Now if n is equal to 7, then our answer will be that B. If n is equal to 8, then our answer will be B. If n is equal to 9, then our answer will be B. Okay, and if n is equal to 10, then our answer will be that C. Okay, so how do we calculate that? So we can simply check that 6 is there. Okay, then 6 plus 3, 9 is there. Then 9 plus 3, 12 is there. Then 12, then 12, then dot 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 dot. Okay, so means if n is less than equal to 6, then our value will be this, means A. If n is less than equal to 9, then our value will be this, B. If n is less than equal to 12, then our value will be this, C. Okay, and many more. So simply we can create a variable pre is equal to 0 in the starting, and we can iterate this variable on every index, and whenever we get a pre okay, and we get n, where if n is less than equal to pre, then we get our answer, and every time we will add that item to pre so that we can go to the next item. Okay, so just write our code. So this is a string here. Okay, so I'm writing basic code in Python. Okay, so this is string here. Then first of all we will take the number of test cases. So first of all take t is equal to int input. This will be number of test cases, int and input. Now we will run our loop for underscore in range t. Okay. In every test case we have to take any string. So s is equal to input, means we are taking a string as an input. Okay, then for every string we have to take two values, means p and q. So we will take in form of map. So map int and then input dot split. Okay, so now we have p and q. Now first of all create an array of size 26. So array is equal to 0 into 26. Now we will iterate on this string so that we can create a frequency array. So for character in s, so this will extract single character at a time from this string s. First of all we have to convert this character into an index. So a, we will convert this a to 0 index, b to first index, and c to second index. So first of all find the sky value of this a. So sky value of this a is 97, sky value of b is 98, sky value of c is 99. So simply convert this a into its sky value, then subtract 97. So first of all create index ind, then sky value. So simply we can apply ord function to find the sky value of a character, then we can simply minus 97 so that we can get an index. So when character is equal to small a, then the sky value of a will be 97, and then 97 minus 97, it will be 0. Okay, means we have to add array of ind plus equal to 1. So array of ind is equal to array of ind, means the value present at that index plus 1. So when this loop will end, then a array will be formed where all the indexes will contain some value. Okay, and that value will be the number of occurrences of that character in this string s. Okay, now we have an array. Okay, now we have the value of p and q. So we need to multiply all the values with p. So there will be 3 copies of that string, means 3 copies of all the characters present in that string. Okay, so that's why we multiply p with all these values. Okay, so simply multiply. So just for I in range 26, because the size of that array is 26. So every time we will multiply our array. So array of I equal to array of I, and then we will simply multiply array of I with that p. Now we found another array. Okay, now we find another array where the values will be present. So if at 0th index the value is 4 and first index the value will 6, means 4 a are present and 6 b are present. If there is 2, means 2 c's are present. Okay, so this is a, this is b, this is c, and so on. So we will run a loop for number of queries. So for underscore in range q, so this will run a loop for number of queries, and every time we will take n as an input. So n equal to int and input. Now we have our n. Okay, so every time we will run a loop from for this array. Okay, so we have our n and we have an array. Okay, and size of this array is 26, just like that. So just create this array. Suppose 4, 2, 2, 6, 8, and 2 and 4. So this will be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 0th index, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So suppose we get a value n, so we have to traverse this array. So for for I in range 26, and we will take a variable free which will calculate all these numbers. So free is equal to 0 in the starting. So every time we will simply add our free here. So free is equal to free plus array of that I, and at any point of time, if that n is given in the question, if that n is less than equal to that free, okay, if at any point of time our n is less than equal to 3, then we simply got our answer. Means that ith index will be our answer. So first of all, convert this ith index into a sky value. So if I is equal to 0, then value will be 8. So simply add 97 in that index, so I plus 97, and then convert this into character, so CHR. So answer will be CHR of I plus 97, okay, and then okay, I plus 97. So this will be our answer, okay. So there will be a situation where suppose there are 3 times A, okay. So S is equal to this, and then P is equal to 2. Means there are 6 A's are present in the final array. So array will look like that. So array is equal to, at 0th position the value will be 6, and first position 0, second position 0, and so on. Means only A is present in the final array, and our n is given is 7. Means we need to simply output -1. So after this loop we can simply check that if our n is greater free, because free is a variable which is adding all the values from starting. So if n is greater than all these values, means all these occurrences. So if n is greater than free, then we can simply print -1, okay. And here in this if part we can print our answer. So print of -1, okay, sorry, print of -1, this is not print of -1, this is print of answer. So this will be print of answer. So now we know the logic part. Let's go to our CodeChef website where we will code. So take first of all t, so t equal to int and input. This will be the number of test cases. Now run a loop for number of test cases. So for underscore in range t, this will be number of test cases. Then for every test case we have to take input s, so s equal to input. Then we have to take p and q. So p and q is equal to map of int input and dot split. So this is p and q. So simply create an array of size 26. So 0 into 26. Now run a loop on this string s, so for ch in s, and if okay, so first of all convert this ch into indexes, so I and d, then ch, convert this ch into a sky value, so ord of ch minus 97. So now we have our I and d. So simply array of I and d plus equal to 1. Now we have an array, okay. So just run a loop, so for underscore in range q for number of queries, and every time we will take n as an input. So n equal to int of input. Now we have n. So for every n we will run a loop. So for I in range and 26, so that we can get our value. So take a free is equal to 0 in the starting. So for I in range 26, every time we will add free equal to free plus array of I, and at any point of time our n is less than or equal to free, then that particular index will be our answer. So first of all convert this index into that character. So answer is equal to that index plus 97, and then convert into a character. So 97 will be small a, and print our answer, and then break our loop because we get our answer. And after this loop just check if our n is greater than 3. means n is greater than summation of all the occurrences of characters. So simply print -1. So before this for loop, we have to multiply all the characters, means all the indexes, with p. So for I in range 26, and array of I equal to array of I into p. Okay, so this is our code. Let's run this. Okay, so you can see that these are number of test cases. So t is equal to 1 means there is only one test case, and for one test case there is 3 and 5. Okay, so p is equal to 3 and q is equal to 5. So there are 5 queries. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. So let's submit this code. Now let's move to our C++ code. So this is our C++ solution, and here I'm using a different approach. So first of all, we have t for number of test cases. Okay, so we have that string. So suppose our string is like B A C D. So first of all, we are sorting this string. So this is sort method. So after sorting, this string will look like A, B and C, D. Okay, now instead of creating copies of that string, okay, we can follow different approach. So there is q for number of test cases. Now this is x. Okay, so in Python code we have used a variable n instead of x. Okay, now see in x. Now for every x we are calculating x is equal to x by p plus x modulus p. Okay, so suppose this is the string A B C D, and suppose p is equal to 2. So AA, BB, CC and DD. This string will look like that. Okay, and when suppose our x is equal to 1, then answer should be A. Okay, just check with this formula. So x is equal to 1 divided by p plus 1 modulus 2. So x is equal to 1 here. Now we can simply print s of x minus 1, means first means 1 minus 1 means 0. So we need to print value at 0th index. So we can simply print our a. Now check for p x is equal to 2. So 2 by 2 and then 2 modulus 2. So this will be 1 plus 0. So final value will be 1, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. So we can simply print a string of 0. Now let's check for x is equal to 3. Okay, so 3, okay, x is equal to x by p. So 3 divided by 2 plus 3 modulus 2. So this will be 1 plus 1 means 2, means value present at 2 minus 1, because here we are using x minus 1, means string of first. So string of first will be b. Okay, so this is different approach. Instead of creating an array of size 26, we have this string. We sort this string. Then instead of creating copies of that string, we simply use this formula. So this is our first error code written in PyPy 3. So the main game of this problem is time complexity. So instead of creating that resultant R, we can follow two different approach that we have discussed earlier. But in this solution, the user who is using this is simply creating copies. So this will be a very big string if we are creating copies of that string p times. That's why this is giving us TLE, and while q is q minus equal to 1, and the logic is right, but instead of creating this string, means the copies of that string, we have to follow different approach. Okay, now this is our C++ error code. Okay, the same mistake has been done by this person. Instead of following two different approaches, he has created copies of that string. That's why this is giving us TLE. So this was our today's video. If you like the video, then kindly like and share as much as you can. And if you have any query in your mind, then kindly post it on our YouTube channel. And the most important thing is that kindly subscribe our YouTube channel, and we will meet in our next video.